Hi guys, thanks for joining me on A Sure Thing. I'm sure you're aware of the changes to the racing fixtures this coming weekend in KZN. Lots of rain about, and as a result of 28 mils already recorded at the city track and more rain forecast for Durban, Gold Circle has taken the decision to move Friday's night race meeting at Hollywoodbets Scottsville to Sunday the 30th of March, and then Sunday's race meeting at Hollywoodbets Scottsville has now been moved to Monday the 31st of March. The only thing we are missing for these two meetings are the revised starting times, but I would suggest you log on to Sporting Post's website because they will inevitably be carrying all the latest updates. So, let's look ahead to racing on Monday at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. As I said, no revised starting times and also no anti-post betting at the time of pre-recording this show on Friday morning. 10 races on the card at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. The first race is a maiden juvenile plate. 15 runners to contest this 1,000-meter event. Not many trainer comments about no anti-post betting for the first-timers, so let's go on what the form book suggests. 3 Barrington Blue. I thought those were two good runs that this horse has had to date. A case could probably be made for number 13 Black Frost as well, getting closer with each and every start. But I'm going to be siding with number 4 Captain's Pride. Now, this horse showed good improvement from first to second start, and you guys know that that's the kind of horse that I like to go for because further natural improvement can be expected, coupled with the fact that that last form line has been franked by the 5th place runner called Quickstep Gull, who subsequently come out and won. And in fact, it is that Polar Light form line that I'm going to be putting to the test in races 1, 2 and 3 as far as my selections are concerned. So, in the opener, I'm going with 4 Captain's Pride to win it, ahead of number 3 Barrington Blue. For third, I'm going with 13 Black Frost, and for fourth, I'm tossing in number 12, I'm a Fireball. 4, 3, 13, 12, the numbers in race number 1. Second race is a maiden juvenile plate for fillies, where 10 runners will contest this 1,200-meter event. Quite a few first-timers to take into account here as well. I'm siding, as I said, with that Polar Light form line, despite the fact that number 3 Limitless Sky showed very good improvement from first to second start. It's 2 Treasure Island that I think will be the one that will improve the most. Finished in the money in both starts to date, coming along the right way, and should have finished closer last time out, but was hanging in the run to the wire. Again, that Polar Light form line comes into the fray. You do know that, as I mentioned earlier on, it has been franked by Quickstep Gull, so 2 Treasure Island is the choice to win race 2, ahead of 3 Limitless Sky. For third, I'm going with 5 Willow Gem, and fourth, number 9 Wheels Up. Race 2 will also be the first leg of the bipot, as there are 10 races on the card. Let's move on to the first leg of the place accumulator. And again, if we take the race runners into account, the one that does stand out is the one that comes out of the Polar Light form line. Just check the betting on the first-timers in this race. So I'm making 1 Miss Denon my first choice selection. This horse was green and just needed that debut run, but would have gained from having that one under the belt. Any amount of natural improvement is expected. I think there'll be much more to come from number 1 Miss Denon. So I'm siding with her to win it, ahead of number 2 Moscow Miss. For third, I'm going with 5 Kakenhoff, and fourth, number 9 Cartel Queen. 1, 2, 5, 9, the numbers race 3. That takes us on to race 4, first leg of the pick 6. And this is a open maiden race for fillies and mares, where 16 runners are carded to contest this 1,200-meter event. And there are a number of runners that we can make a case for. Let me start with number 5 Dirosa. I went for this horse last time and was a bit disappointed, but I guess we can put a line through that run, as I do think there'll be more to come from number 5 Dirosa. 6 Longstreet, a repeat of that penultimate, will definitely make Longstreet competitive. And then there are 2 horses that are renewing rivalry. Number 8 Your Ladyship and number 11 Austrian Beauty. Austrian Beauty is, however, half a kilo better off at the weights with number 8 Your Ladyship. But it is number 8 Your Ladyship that I am going to be siding with. This horse showed good promise on debut, and that was over the course and distance, and would have gained having had the experience under the belt and with any amount of natural improvement to come, I make 8 Your Ladyship the one they have to beat, ahead of 11 Austrian Beauty, who's certainly coming along the right way. For third, I'm going with 5 Di Rosa, and fourth, number 6 Long Street. 8, 11, 5, 6 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 4. That takes us on to the opening leg of the jackpot, race 5, a maiden plate for fillies, where 13 runners will contest this race over 1,750 metres. I thought it was a boat race between number 1 Royal Mermaid and number 8 Umzolo Zolo. I'll start with number 7 Umzolo Zolo. This horse is always there or thereabout. The form line of that last start has been franked by the horse that finished second, called Zena Rose, who subsequently come out and won. Umzolo Zolo is also having her peak run in this race, so should be cherry ripe to run an absolute cracker. But I'm siding more with number 1 Royal Mermaid. This horse is definitely better than that last start, had a valid excuse, returned not striding out. If one take the penultimate one into account, finished third on this track, and I do think there should be more to come from 1 Royal Mermaid. I'm making her my first choice selection to win it, ahead of 7 Umzolo Zolo. For third, I'm going 2 Magic Maverick, and fourth, number 10 Call Me Harriet. 1, 7, 2, 10. Those are the numbers I'm going with in race number 5. Moving on to race 6, an open maiden, 11 runners to contest the 1,600 metre event. And I couldn't quite make up my mind whether I'm going with a horse that's had 1 run under the belt or a horse that seems to be coming along the right way, because number 7 O Space O, on the strength of that penultimate one, definitely must come into the reckoning. But when I saw Dean Kanemayer, Craig Zaki with number 2 Dancing on a Cloud in this race, I thought that's the one I'm going to go with. This horse, I do think there's a lot to like about. Especially on debut, when this horse was slow, was green, but was running on nicely in the closing stages. And I do think with that one under the belt, would have gained from the experience and will definitely have come on since that outing. So I'm going with 2 Dancing on a Cloud to win race number 6, ahead of 7 O Space O. For third, number 4 Green Mile, and fourth, I'm going with number 5 Limelight Legend. 2, 7, 4, 5, the numbers I'm going with in race number 6. On to race 7 we go. Race 7 is a Class 4 fillies and mares, benchmark 80. 11 runners to contest the 1,600 metre event. 2 Fireburst is the obvious choice, if one look at them edging closer to its next win. But I do think that Gareth Van Sale, with a 2-pronged approach in this race, could be where the value lies. He's got number 1 Faiza and number 8 Alpha Betty running in this race. If I look at Faiza, this horse is always there or thereabout. Finished 5th over the course and distance last time out. Now jumps from a plum draw of 1. Should strip fitter second run after rest. And then there's number 8 Alpha Betty, who has got very good recent form to its credit. Finished 3rd when running on over this course and distance last time out. And I do think with Samanga Kamala on board, that is where the key lies. And Samanga Kamala could make the difference. So I'm going 8 Alpha Betty to win it, ahead of 1 Faiza. 2 Fireburst to run into third. And fourth, I'm going with number 3 Green Light all the way. 8, 1, 2, 3, the numbers race number 7. 8th race on the card is a progress plate, where 8 runners will contest this 1,000 metre event. And having looked at them, the one that I'm siding with is number 3 Agrado. Now this horse has got solid recent form, was slow but stayed on very nicely last time out if one look at the form. Also edging closer with each and every run. And I do think if one looks at the 3 runs post-maiden in Class 4 company, those have been exceptionally good. So that's the one I'm siding with in race number 8. 3 Agrado to win it, ahead of 4 Roman Agent. For third, I'm going with 2 Andy Cool, and fourth, number 7 Go Grayston Go. 3, 4, 2, 7, the numbers in race number 8. That takes us on to the penultimate race on the program. It's a Class 4 for fillies with a benchmark of 80. 10 runners to contest this race, And after having had a good long look at them, I remember having gone for a horse and I decided this horse owes me, so I'm going to go for it again. And I'm talking 8 Rugger Lover. Now, if I look at this horse's overall form, this horse definitely owes me, was finishing off well last time out. And I do think, now that the horse has dropped in the ratings to be more competitive, I do think that we're going to get a much better performance from number 8 Rugger Lover, who is my first choice selection to win it, ahead of number 5 Wings of Josephine. For third, I'm going with number 4 Prankster, and for fourth, I'm going with number 10 Jazz Cafe. 8, 5, 4, 10, the numbers in race number 9. And that takes us on to the last race on the program, a Class 4, with a benchmark of 80, 12 runners to contest this 1200-meter event. And, there are a few that one can take into account, but I had to nail my colours to the mast, and I decided to go with number 1, Whizzes on Fire, as my selection to win the last race on the card. This horse was slow but was running on when second over 1,000 meters at this track last time out. I do think we'll enjoy the step up to 1200 and also should strip fitter second run after rest. So I'm going 1, Whizzes on Fire, ahead of 4, Raffers Boy. For third, I'm going with 5, Gorgeous Guy, and fourth, number 8, Mar del Plata. 1, 4, 5, 8, the numbers in race 10, and that takes care of our preview for Hollywoodbets Scottsville, now postponed from Sunday to Monday the 31st of March. Trust you'll have an enjoyable and profitable afternoon's racing. Till next time, from me, Rouvaun, take care. Cheers for now.